fast lane, living life without knowing. And he says, I wish that I could be like the cool kids, 'cause all the cool kids, they seem to fit in. I wish that I could be like the cool kids, like the cool kids. I wish that I could be like the cool kids. All the cool kids, they seem to get in. I wish that I could be like the cool kids, like the cool kids. Doom, 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 doom. I wish I could be like a cool kid. That ain't easy to do, ladies and gentlemen. What's up, guys? Man, got some bad news this morning. And you read the title right, by the way. Let me say this before I get started. I was doing some more inventory yesterday, and I was going through my JFK 50-cent pieces, 40%, half dollars, 90% half dollars. And I just got this sadness, man, when I look at the great JFK's silhouette. Again, he's one of my favorite presidents of all time. And I was told, I was born in 1975, so he died about 11 years before I was born, because he died November 22nd, 1963. I was born January 1975. My grandparents and my aunts and my parents told me what that day was like when that happened, and I couldn't imagine it. I guess we can liken it to maybe September 11th or something. I know a lot more people died, but just you remember where you're at when that happened, right? And I've done a lot of studying on John F. Kennedy. Good man, and his predecessor, or the person that went after him. Let's just say he's up there or down there with Brandon. He may be, I don't know. He's bad. Okay, LBJ, the original LBJ. But I was just doing some. Going through the coins, I was just watching old footage of what happened to him, and you guys remember the Umbrella Man and the whole story and stuff like that. And I was just like, man, I just couldn't imagine that happening. Now, this is before social media and stuff, so but word spread pretty quickly, even for the 1960s. And just how happy that guy was with his wife, and he was basically campaigning for the 1964 election, because he knew Texas was going to be a tough state for him to win. And little did he know, man, that everything he stood for, the country, God, family, good, he was murdered for it. And we all know who murdered him. He's the reason why I voted for Barack Obama in 2008, because I'm a historian a little bit, not a big historian, but Barack reminded me of John F. Kennedy, and I think that was done on purpose, to be honest. But to the task at hand, you read the title right. This is not clickbait. First of all, my name is Jerry from Jerry Loves Freedom. If you're new to my channel, I talk about freedom in this country and around the world. My core beliefs are God, family, country. I'm an avid silver stacker, Bitcoin stacker. I believe in keeping your money decentralized, and everything you have in the monetarily and the things you need decentralized outside the banking system and outside those people's hands. You see what happened with the banking, and I'm all about freedom. Donald J. Trump's life may be in danger. According to, I think it's First News Network. I'll leave the link in the description box. Go ahead and watch that real quick. Pull up a new window, watch that, and then come back. Okay, now that you saw it, I encourage you to watch it, seriously. It's par for the course to me. I mean, do I believe it? I don't know if that man that was saying it, the Russian, Russian guy, I think he's right. I don't know if he has any intel on it. He may, you know what I mean? I don't put that past anybody. Is he trying to do it to divide us? Because he definitely has an axe to grind with America. Does that guy want the best for America? Somebody that imprisoned him for years? I don't know about that, honestly. But I know Trump and Putin get along pretty good. Not in the way that the cabal wants to make it out to be. But I got to tell you, man, if something happened to Donald J. Trump, let me get to that in a second. Speaking of the Kennedys, I said this in the other video. Robert Kennedy Jr., Robert Kennedy's son, you know, because the word conspiracy theorist or conspiracy theory didn't really come out until after JFK died. So if anybody has a right to say that his uncle and his dad were killed, I think it's him, isn't it? He's an old Democrat, ladies and gentlemen, Robert F. Kennedy Jr. And if it wasn't for Donald Trump and me wanting, you know, because Jr. doesn't have a chance to win, obviously. He just won't win. And we know that. Not because he's not the right man for the job. It's just basically like, what's his name? Ron Paul. You know, even though he was the best man, he's just not going to win. He's just too real. Too real. I said yesterday, I think it was yesterday's video, I said I wanted Ron DeSantis to be Donald Trump's running mate. I made a mistake. He's the number 2 guy I want to be. I want Robert F. Kennedy Jr. to be Donald Trump's running mate. He's a Democrat, ladies and gentlemen. He'll get a lot of the older Democrats on his side. I think that would be a heck of a ticket, man. Oh, that would be a heck of a ticket. And then after that, maybe he can run for president or something like that. Andrew Tate said it best. He says a 3-step process. When you speak up against these people, what's the first thing they do? The second thing and the third thing. They cancel you. They jail you. And you know what the third thing is. Both of them are in step 2, basically. I mean, you can't really put Donald J. Trump in jail because he didn't do anything. And that's just, you know, he's way too big for that. You just can't put him in jail. But they're trying. And you saw that what they did to Andrew Tate, they literally put him in jail. Now, you can't do that in America. And if Andrew Tate was in America, that probably wouldn't have happened. That happened in Romania. And Donald J. Trump just got too much money and too much power, too much influence for him to be put in jail. But the closest thing you can to incarcerating Donald J. Trump, who basically, from what I know, is a law-abiding citizen, that's the closest thing you can do. But step 3, I don't care how much money you got. Biggie had a song for it. You're nobody until somebody, you know what you. And I've been thinking this for a while about Donald J. Trump. I'm gonna be honest with you guys about that. I'm afraid for that man. And let me tell you something. It'll definitely be an inside job. There is no one, because, you know, he's got secret services, stuff like that around him constantly. Their job is to protect him. And I was watching the documentary on JFK about how the guy, I forget his name, who was, you know, who jumped on the back of the limo trying to save JFK. I think he was in love with JFK's wife too, secretly. He was with her. He was her bodyguard. And I mean, I don't blame him. She was beautiful, but he was with her all the time. But he feels bad because he just couldn't do what he needed to do to save him. His job is to take the bullets, because once that first bullet went off, or the umbrella or whatever went off, and he got hit in the neck, and he saw what happened, like how he went like to the left, and because remember his body kind of like stuck like this, he tried to jump on that sad man, on that car to save him, and he was supposed to take those bullets. That's his job. Are these Secret Service agents willing to do that? I'm sure most of them are. But I don't care who you are. You don't want nothing to happen to your family. A lot of these guys are trained to give their lives for the president. Well, they are trained to give their lives to the president. But will they give their family's life to the president? Read between the lines here, ladies and gentlemen. Anybody can be bought, including me. I could be bought. I said I can't, but if somebody told me, hey, you got to do this, or your daughter's out of here, or your wife's out of here, or whatever, I'm not going to do it. It'll be an inside job, I think. They have to make it look, if that were to happen, and God forbid it doesn't happen. And I'm not trying to speak it into existence. I'm just saying, oh boy, I can't believe we got to talk about this. They got to make it look like something natural, I think. I don't think they can just blatantly do what they did to JFK. They just can't, because our country has went to, excuse my language when I say this, I have to say it. Our country has went to shit since that happened, as far as the trust of the government and everything else. I got to be honest with you about something, guys. I mean, we already knew it when Tucker came out and said this. When he came out and said somebody from the, I think it was from the CIA inside, told him that it was a hit on JFK. I don't know how in the world Tucker Carlson's still walking around saying all this stuff. Again, I'm not wishing bad on him or anything, but he says, I mean, this man acts like he's on another planet and he's completely protected and he can just say whatever he wants. It's absolutely crazy, especially with the January 6th stuff. When he came out and showed the videos and all these things that he says. I mean, he's not just against Democrats, ladies and gentlemen. He's against rhinos, anybody that goes against our country. Doesn't matter. And I'm just surprised by that. But anyways, crazy the things he can just say. Anyways, I think they'll try to make it look natural, like a natural death. God forbid that ever happens, man. And let me tell you something. Well, then again, who knows? They may want division, because if he's flat out assassinated like JFK, because again, they've done this already, okay? Why haven't they showed the files, the CIA files of what happened to JFK? What's their excuse? They said something about, oh, we can't mess up the integrity of the police and the federal government, some BS they gave. This world is not what we thought it was when we were kids, man. We've been lied to, ladies and gentlemen. My God. The more and more you learn about the history of stuff, the more and more scary it is. Maybe they will just flat out assassinate him if they attempt to do it or try to do it. Because again, even if John F. Kennedy didn't choose that limo he chose, and he put a top on it and stuff like that, and let's just say he survived that day, because it was a hit, ladies and gentlemen, in my opinion. Obviously I wasn't there, but if you see how quickly those shots came, and from the window and all that stuff, and how long it takes to reload that gun Lee Harvey Oswald had. You saw the movie. You saw the movie. Kevin Costner and all that, and all the stuff behind the scenes. If they do it, man, and they just blatantly do it like that, is he more popular now? Is Donald Trump right now more popular than John F. Kennedy was? I know he's hated more by more people. I don't think there's ever been somebody more polarizing than Donald J. Trump. I don't know if he's as loved as John F. Kennedy. Maybe. He definitely is not as hated. John F. Kennedy's not as hated as Donald J. Trump was. Some people hated him because of stuff about the civil rights and stuff like that. A lot of racist people back then didn't like his stance on some things. But I will say this. You talking about chaos? I mean, that's chaos right there. It won't be the somber, sad stuff that that happened with JFK. You know, people weren't riding in the streets with JFK. That was back in the 60s. Batmobile. It'd be absolutely awful, man. And God, please don't let that happen. I don't want that to happen. I don't even want that to happen to Brandon. I'm gonna be honest with you about that. As evil as he is, I wouldn't want that to happen to him. I wouldn't want that to happen to anybody. And what do you guys think about that? Again, if you haven't watched that video, I'm gonna put the video in this description. Click on it and watch it. Now, it's kind of early here where I'm at. So I don't know if Fox News has covered this or not. I don't know. I haven't seen it. They might have. I don't know. That's why I like to watch different news networks. I like to watch CNN. I like to watch Fox. When it comes to a certain story, CNN, Fox, some people that I listen to, independent people. I listen to Kim Iverson. I listen to all the different spins, and then I come up with my own, you know, conclusion on what's going on. Because one story can be told 15 different ways, which is insane. But you see all angles, and you got to do that. When you watch one news network, like people think Fox News is the end all be all. It is not, ladies and gentlemen. they have an agenda, man. You got to look for people that have a truth agenda. And I want to be one of those people. I am biased, though. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm definitely biased, so I can't sit here and tell you 100% that my biases don't come into play in the things that I believe in, the things that my filters, the way I grew up and what I listen to and what I've learned doesn't skew my opinion. So I can't lie about that. But I will say this though. You got to keep your eyes peeled. You got to keep your head on a swivel, man. And just be prepared for the worst. I mean, I hate to say that. I love my silver. I love Bitcoin. You know, but I don't just get those because I just love playing with silver. Even though I do, I love messing with silver. I do that because we're in a corrupted system. We're in a fiat Ponzi scheme, ladies and gentlemen. We just are, and we were debasing the currency a lot way before 1971. Okay, a lot of crooked stuff going on, and we're dealing with people that are paying us in deflated currency or inflated currency in a deflationary situation where we can work the same amount of hours, make the same amount of money, and they'll pay us a little tiny bit more, but it never catches up. And we're always behind. That's why we have to buy goods, physical items, like cars. You know, they do depreciate in value, I don't, you know, when they say depreciate value, you got to look at it, right? Like a house increases and cars depreciate, and they say 25% as soon as you get off the lot. I think it's depreciating because the power of the dollar is going down. Of course, it's thermodynamics. You know, it's physics. The car is going to wear down after a while. Of course, we know that. But as long as it still drives, I got a 2016 Toyota Camry. I will literally drive that thing till the wheels fall off. But anyways, you need to get some physical stuff. You need to know what's going on and need to keep your head on a swivel, ladies and gentlemen. Because unfortunately, even the cool kids can get killed. And John F. Kennedy was a cool kid, man. Thank you guys so much for watching. I love each and every one of you. God bless you and your family. Watch that video. And And hopefully I'll see you tomorrow, God willing. And do me a favor, pray for this country, man. God bless this country, man. God bless this country. Let's have a good day today. Let's be productive. All right, let's do something. Do something today. Don't just sit around and mess around. Make a list of things you got to get done and get them done. All right, I'll talk to you soon. Peace and love, guys.